Welcome back, everyone. So
I hope
last
you know
time
something.
we had a
Ship life
vision
sure
with the
is an
gods.
adventure, ain't it? Just think of all the places we can sail to, all the sights we could see. This is nothing like being stuck on a farm, or cloistered in the back of a temple.
Judy wraps her sickle against her thigh. She studies the boat's layouts, satisfied by whatever she sees. Good to you.
Tell me what's on your mind?
Are you feeling any recent
They're
nightmares?
there in my head when I sleep, and sometimes I can taste them. Sure thing.
Yes?
Like your thoughts on my search for Riothus.
One would hardly imagine that a colossus made of glowing Ardra could be so hard to find. But then I suppose the gods wouldn't have chosen you if the task were easy.
What about the Valiant Trading Company?
Well, they seem largely competent. I would feel better about that were they not run by profiteers and animancers.
Was Riley?
Governor Clario seemed honest and well-intentioned. So one wonders why he was stationed at such an out-of-the-way post.
Have any thoughts on the Principal?
I'd heard Deadfire had a pirate problem, but I had no idea how large it was. Or how fashionable.
Get the sense he's impressed despite himself.
Still, the only thing more dangerous than a unified pirate nation is one at war with itself. I worry about who will be caught in their crossfire.
You ever make it back to it?
As a matter of fact, I did.
Brightens.
I visited my father. I hadn't seen him since leaving the academy at Broggenheel.
Voice softens and clasps his hand. How was your father?
Not well. Years of drinking have finally caught up with him. And I don't think my mother has been to see him since my academy days.
Brown's settlement passing across his face like a
Still, time had worn down his edges. Like an old Stelgar with dull teeth.
adult claws, I hope.
Indeed. I used to see him as an iron tyrant. A cold, unyielding presence. I simply came to realize that he was ultimately a weak man. One who, in his own flawed way, tried to give me order and structure. I don't condone his violence, or his temper. But I do pity him for his failings, and forgive him of his flaws.
Good of you.
I don't know about that. I've simply come to see the burden of authority differently. And my father, for all his efforts, was not cut out for it.
Your mother?
It may seem strange, but I find it easier to forgive my father. He may have had a cruel temper, but he at least was present. My mother knew what he was like, and she spent most of my life away with her Thane.
I'm sorry,
It was decades ago now.
Can you remind me what the situation was between
My father was steward to an earl in the Seathwood. My mother entered into a hamnig with a Thane when I was very young.
Hamnig and Bear?
I think they must have loved each other once, but I recall little evidence of it.
Sounds like it was.
It was.
How are you holding
It's
up?
been a while since I've been able to speak candidly with anyone, especially about the Leaden Key. It's unexpectedly liberating. Hey, look good.
Again, I think I could there. I forgot getting this. Okay, toward. pretty cool. Why is it dropping frames this badly? Yeah, I need to look into graphics issue, see what the deal is with this game. As you walk down the dock, your approach is noted by a cadre of heavily armored Amawa. Their leader briskly leads them to intercept you. The harbor master looks you up and down with pursed lips. She looks past you towards your
You're
ship.
far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
Amawa cranes her thick neck to look along the hull of your ship. Her expression conveys equal portions of incredibility and pity.
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
Are you a farmer?
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers too.
When she returns to you, the Amawa's mood becomes more formal.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Nekataka.
I'm following a giant made of Adro and I need to see someone in the palace about it. Harbor master chuckles to herself as do the women and the men.
Yeah, you do need to see someone, truly. I think it's the animancers in the spire you're looking for. To help with your head.
Assembled guards roar after and clap Harbor master on the back for her joke. Deep within you feel an uncomfortable roiling. You can't be certain if the sensation is physical or spiritual, but it immediately induces nausea and fills your ears with the sound of blood rushing. Getting through the din, you hear a familiar woman's voice. Each word comes slowly, falling with what sounds like the chiming of a small bell.
Show them what you are.
Concentrate on folding the edge of. Close your eyes and turn your mind inward, blocking out the sounds from the harbor and the menacing. All you can hear is the rushing of blood. Your head and muffled chime ringing somewhere far away.
Yes, that's it.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the outer island.
Roar in your head begins to obey. The ringing of the chime becomes clear, rhythmic, 2 successive peals following by a brief respite. You realize the chime is ringing in tandem with your heartbeat. You open your eyes. The harbor master is gesturing wildly, presumably to gather your attention and yelling in your face, but you hear no words, only the ringing of the chime as your heart slows and slows and slows and slows.
Now,
What? What is this?
Run for it! So much for discretion.
Right?
Easily done. I'm here. Well, I hope you know what you're doing.
They got scared because I pulled out a few ghosts. That's it. Yep. I don't think I handled that too well, but it is. Okay. What do you
Need a
say?
fresh jacket or pants? Something more delicate? If you have a frame, I can fit cloth to it without fuss.
Taylor eyeballs your shoulder width, doing some mental calculations.
Take your time. I'll give you space to browse.
Yes. Darkness. Unresolve. Nighttime this aura grants all nearby allies, excluding bonus. Ah, okay, so me those and also somebody else. That's dancer outfit. ACP. Fortunately, nothing to sell. Or and we have Pelagina here. What you doing here, Paladin?
Watcher. Tiverus. Is it really you?
Yep.
Hey, I know those feathers. Pelagina.
It's been ages. But what's happened to your armor?
You two know each other? I mean, I wouldn't be jealous if you did.
Yori's eyes flick back and forth between you and Pelagina. She bites at her bottom lip but says no more.
Know this last Cap? Oh, weren't aware you favoured feathers.
Pelagina's mouth hangs open in shock. Her hair and feathers have the same immaculate grooming as when you last saw her. Her blessed face, fine stance have been carefully scratched off. Looks down at the armor and back up to you with a painted glance.
I'm sure that even at Cadnua, you must have heard what happened when I returned to the Republics.
Yeah, they kind of disowned her or something like that. I'm sorry, things didn't work out. Glances away and gives an appreciative nod. You can see the muscles in her jaw clenching as the second.
The Republic survived. That is the most important thing. And here the company's business seems to be getting on fine without my interference.
Are you working for the trading company now? Very laugh escapes her lips. She turns her gaze down, shaking.
No. No company associated with the Dukes will employ me now. I get by working as a ship guard. At least I can be among my people, even if they look down on me.
I could use your help. I'm hunting down Neothas. Her eyebrows arch, the memories of her eyes sliding out and back as the weight of your words hits her.
I suppose I should not be surprised considering all we went through. But no, I will not be coming with you, Watcher. I would be lucky if I wound up dead.
Come on, things didn't turn out that bad.
Corres, Watcher.
Press me. Farewell. Mixture of sadness and anger flashes across her face. It is quickly replaced by her familiar calm expression. She nods once and then turns.
Maybe we don't start with the part about Aethys next time?
Yeah. Maybe she's playing hard to get, or maybe if you fucked up in the first game, she's not gonna join you. Oh well.
Hope you're not expecting much.
Show me. Understood.
Right. Save it. Ivor the Bright.
Gone shepherds us all, traveler. Seek out his temple.
The
along the
Hazanui
sacred
is at the
stairs,
palace,
that the
blaming the
path
Valians for
leads.
attacking one of their ports.
Well, did they?
Of course not. But the Queen must calm them down before they go to war over it. Merla! Worship
No sooner do you approach the valiant woman than she squints and turns up her nose, regarding you with a thinly veiled disdain.
I only deal with serious clients. Now, Shu.
Excuse me?
Ak, done. You are dismissed. Madiko. But it is impossible to find skilled work when every competent freelancer wastes their shore leave in the wild mare. When blood travels south of their brains, the value of a good bounty is forgotten.
Give out bounties I could take up.
You, a nameless face of the streets? I do not make a habit of shepherding new talent, but there is a seed of potential.
Ties to herself and peers over your shoulder before giving up and addressing you.
We will cut your teeth on Biakara, a Huana sailor and would-be patriot who plagues company ships. Gelarde! Biakara sails a voyager's scale of Tangaloa off of Hazongo's northeastern coast.
Kenya studies you once more before shrugging and sneaking off with a...
Questions? Ask your questions, Aimiko.
Why aren't more sailors accepting work?
But I blame Luminous Adra.
Rounds and exhale sharply through her nose.
Our privateers are busy escorting shipments out of the Deadfire. Everyone is rich, no one is hungry. Where are the Casitas willing to sink their enemies for a bag of pies, huh? Drunk on success.
Waves derisively. What
But you had
bounties?
your quarry already. Well, the Queen's Birth ship hunter. Enjoy the luck.
Alright, so I guess you used to have bounties in your stronghold back in the first game, so I guess this is what kind of replaces those. Pavilion Trading Company. And I guess the governor told me to have a look here.
Giant? One of the Rathun? No, much bigger. Such is the rumor. Sounds like sailor tales to me.
I didn't want to get inside there, but or maybe I can find some loot. Let's quick save in. If there's no loot, if it's just to go in, screw it, I'll quick load. You dug down into the canal and find yourself kneeling before an iron gate. The reek of savage wafting from the other side is powerful enough to bring tears to your eyes. The iron bars are set firmly into the surrounding whatever. Look for structural weakness. Iron looks sturdy enough, but you can find some signs of corrosion. Alright. Send someone to bend the bars, and I will do it because I have a lot of might. Climb through. The darkness, you hear quiet retching. You press on with offered sympathy. As you progress through the tunnel, a change in the air pressure catches your attention. There's an opening above your head. The walls are slick and coated with waste, but you find handholds carved in either side of a narrow passage leading up. You haul yourself out of the freedom to the toilet. Yeah, they were speaking of this. I'm gonna quick load. I'm not doing this. I don't want to make like entrance like this by coming to the toilet. Come on. And I guess this is go back. I didn't want to sneak around. Yeah, the sounds. Come on, boy. Alright, let's go inside the... why isn't my cat...
If you've come on business with the Valiant Trading Company, it will have to wait until morning. We're closed.
Guard tips are hurting more.
There's no need for you to be here after hours. Moving on.
Nice looking headquarters. Would be a pity if someone painted it with your blood. What if it's an emergency?
If it has anything to do with paperwork or wax seals, which covers most of what's in the building, I'm confident it can wait until morning.
Perhaps we can reach a meaningful benefit.
If you're interested in making a donation, I'd accept it with thanks.
Okay, so you can go to the pooper, or... I already went for the pooper, so most likely I'll end up going to the pooper. But yeah, let's explore a bit more the inn, I guess. The Wild Up Mare. This is usually where you find some quests. Sailors.
Do you enjoy coin, my friend? Can you lift a sword?
I do.
My one solace from the tedious bureau.
Ado, my friend. I knew our paths would cross eventually.
Valiant shouts over the den of the Wild Mare to get your attention, turning a great many heads to study the exchange. He takes a hearty swing of his tankard. I bet you say that to all your clients.
Que? No, you mistake me. I am not one of the courtesans. Tell me, you are the one who sails that fine ship, Ak? Terrorize the docks with spirits, Ak?
Leaning close, he sips from the tankard and loudly sucks moisture from... Stefzor, captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I am Aboko, and I am positioned to offer... I have opportunities for...
Clumsily unfolds a sheaf of parchment. The tankard slips in his grasp and spills ale down the front of his trousers. He gulps down and descends to horror.
1,000 times I practiced my speech. Mera. Never did it go this poorly.
Just tell me what you need.
I am supposed to be in the business of giving bounties, but I know no one who hunts them.
Comes his feet. Up a spear, spill them.
No one will unfurl their sail for my humble payments. But I must start from the bottom and work my way to the top, Ak.
What bounties do you have available?
You will take the job? You will take the job.
He grips you by the shoulders and smiles, tears springing to the corners of his eyes.
Agrasima. Something special for my first hunter, then.
He drains the tankard and tucks it under his arm to retrieve the sheet notes.
I will start you on Mariel, the mad animancer. She tortures her victims with unspeakable treatments before casting what's left to Berath's will. My contact saw her leaving Port Maje and heading west of Maje Island. Agrasima, you have but to ask.
You seem down on your luck.
That I have stumbled in my career path.
Aboko clears his throat.
Now that I have such an accomplished hunter, I can stand in the long shadow of your success.
It's
not all bad, but the momentum of meeting new clients over drinks and in such enchanting company, it drains the stamina, my friend.
I will, man. Have some captains around here.
Hail and welcome to the Wild Mare, friend.
Jovial man at the bar grins and motions you closer. His arms are coated with thick muscle and cross-hatched with scars.
Now, what can I do for you?
Also, you can get hookers here, or let's see what you have.
Anything you like?
You can sleep. On cast plus one also. Nice. Kind of expensive though. I can get adventurers if you want to. Good crew members. And that's something to train them. So much, alright. So I thought maybe he had a quest or something. Sailor, random people.
Where in the blazes is that old man?
On. Young woman lingers near the stage with a mug of ale clutched tight in her hands. Though she shows no interest in the dancers, the bag beneath her eyes speak to many long nights spent. She looks lazily about the room until her gaze alights on you with him.
Have you seen an old elf hanging around here lately? Dresses funny, probably drunker than an eel in a barrel of mead.
Can see I have.
Andrus crushing void, I thought as much.
Sighs heavily and pinches the bridge of her nose.
Listen, the guy I'm looking for owes me a lot of money. 5,000 coppers. You help me find him, and I'll give you 20%.
20%, but I'll be the one doing all the work.
Fine, Andrus' great sagging tits, fine. You can have 40% and rights to whatever baubles Oswald has on him.
I was easily convinced.
I can't thank you enough. No one's been willing to so much as tell me the date until you came along. The man I'm looking for, Oswald, was especially fond of one of the courtesans upstairs, Analis. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur.
Have you tried being nice?
She wasn't receptive to my particular charms. Let's see you do better. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refused. What do you want to know?
Who are you?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that. But hey, what the hell?
He rakes an impatient hand through her dirty hair.
I'm one of the countless minor nobles that litter the Deerwooden countryside. You know Admeth Hadret, hero of the War of Defiance? He's my great whatever. When people find out, they start doing weird shit. Calling me lady, opening doors for me, buying me drinks. Really, the title is a mockery. It means nothing to me.
Oswald. Pronunciatically like she can bear to recall the tale.
The man's a family friend. Has been for... must be 4 generations now? The perk of being an elf, eh?
What does he owe you money for? Stares into the depths of her mug inside.
It's my fault, really. I should have known better than to believe that damned old drunk knew what he was doing. Man's a wizard. You understand, and a tinkerer. He convinced himself and me he could, with enough luminous adra, create a device that would add years to one's life. Must have been a crock of shit. Because one day he up and ran without a word of explanation or apology. I thought I knew him better than that.
Alright. Okay, so another quest. Talk to the captain here.
You say I cannot down the rest? Watch me, amigo.
Alien sailor raises her tankard and arches her back to invite a torrent of oil down her expectant mouth. Holding this pose with nothing to show for it, she taps the tankard's base and furrows her brow at its apparent emptiness. Her companion shakes his head and focuses his attention elsewhere.
Madico, it is no wonder I thirst.
As she wipes her mouth with the back of her hand, her eyes widen and meet yours.
Why do you stare?
Yeah, your name's Grogs on me.
Grassima. Even in the oasis I am parched.
Fuck is the coining glasses past.
If you grant wishes, there is a vacancy on my ship.
Dora frowns, cracks her reveal a chase.
Yet another reminder that not every seaworthy vessel will be crewed up to the standards of the sorcerer.
Yeah, I don't think I'll pass.
If greater things await, I will not hold you back. Next time around the wheel, perhaps.
You don't seem to be having as much fun as the rest of the people.
The fun ran dry with the coin.
Manages a wan smile.
When the dancers see more than an empty purse, I will be a content Radora.
Size up at the stage. A respectable lady. Likes hookers, I guess. Actually not hookers, dancers. There we go upstairs. Let's check this room and I might stop it here. This one.
A little more stabbing.
Come on. Dancers clothing, dancers. Onion clothing. Then I guess we need to go upstairs. See this girl. Ask about Oswald. I think after I'm done exploring this upper floor, I'm gonna call it quits. Already been almost half an hour. Wealthy gentleman. Campbell. Private and survival. Okay, stride. I will give it to my guy if it's stride. On him with fast. Stealth. Accurate. Aim. Armor. All black and stuff. You have 2 pistols, an axe, and a blunderbuss. And blunder. Awkward.
See something you like?
The dancer turns to greet you, with a smile tugging at his lips. Short for an elf, but no less graceful for lacking height. His long face and dark eyes lend him a solemn air, and any hint of gloom is chased away by the wash of color in his cheeks.
Aloth, this is the last place I expected to see you. Have your interests changed so much since our time at Bragon Hill?
The grin lights up in his face, his hair self-consciously smoothing it down where it's been mussed.
No, I still enjoy tile puzzles and deflecting personal questions. Anyway, what are you doing here?
Looks away as though he's trying to ignore me. Is your gaze?
I could ask the same of you.
He laughs slightly, a hand over his mouth.
I make my own hours, meet fascinating people, and the coin's nothing to sneer at. Better than stuffy old books and unflattering robes.
He casts a critical eye over Arlo's outfit. He opens his mouth to speak, but he sighs better of it. This is amazing.
Anyway, I should get back to it. Be well.
He smiles warmly at Aloth, blush coloring the tips of his ears.
It was lovely seeing you.
Catches himself looking panicked.
Perhaps lovely is too strong a word. I meant pleasant. Perfectly agreeable.
He looks at you chagrined.
I can see where I may have confused the poor fellow in our academy days. 'Twas a right fierce labour getting the lad to finger any flesh that weren't covering his spelly books.
Yeah, he sold me as, again, his other personality.
Did you enjoy the show? There's more to see, if you're interested.
Tell me about yourself.
I suppose.
Looks at you.
I was raised in the Adir Empire. When I was young, I studied to be an arcane knight. After an incident at my school, I left the continent and wandered until I found myself in Nikotaka. As you can see, I stayed.
What kind of incident?
A handful of my fellow students got up to a bit of mischief that ended with several people dead.
Gaze lingers on the floor, the cushions, the tables, anywhere but your face. After a moment, he shrugs, offering no further explanation.
I was raised in the Adir Empire.
How'd you become a courtesan?
When I same as any of the courtesans here, I imagine.
Brushes his hair back from his face with a sigh. His long-suffering smile says he's answered this question many times.
I showed an aptitude. I trained with a master, and when I was ready, I began accepting clients of my own.
Has to be more to your story than that.
There is more to every story.
Canty said to the side, inspecting you with narrowed eyes.
But the rest of it belongs to me, and I don't care to share it. Till later.
Bye-bye. Okay.
I see your plan.
Mephisto. Assume the position. This is a golem. I see what you did there. Rolls will. Alice. The young woman reclines on the cushions of the piano, pose held delicately in one hand. Eyes closed, she sings to us. Her voice is soft and inviting. She doesn't move when she hears you approach, but slowly opens her eyes with a light.
Come, lay your head on my breast. I will read to you the work of my favorite poet, Skilba.
Tell me about you.
It's futile to attempt to summarize the whole of a person in simple words. How to capture their dreams, the desires of another, their feel and taste.
God, we have a hippie.
But I appreciate your curiosity nonetheless. I am an actor. Trained from childhood. Difficult for you to believe, I'm sure.
Smile pulls out of her lips, almost melancholic.
My troupe were my family, and we traveled the whole of the Adir Empire, performing the classic literatures to cheering audiences. The work was good when the crowds were grateful, and their pockets swelled with coin.
Faint smile and looks away.
I found a more dependable application of my talents here. To touch the hearts of others with my voice. I could not give that up. Have you come to hear some verse?
What's your problem with Khan?
Oh, her. Yes, she is persistent, isn't she? She barged in and began asking me all sorts of inappropriate questions about my customers. She grew incensed when I asked her to leave. She's no longer welcome in my room.
Nellis wrings her hands and looks away. Her gaze settles on her armoire in the corner.
I do hope she's not a friend of yours. Her manners are atrocious.
See if I can convince her by talking, otherwise I'll just likely sleep with her and while she sleeps. Khan's looking for someone named Oswald. Sound familiar?
I'm sure I don't know who you're talking about. Now please leave.
Gestures towards her door and makes a shooing motion. So, what if his life is in danger? You care quite a bit about him. Let me help. Shoes on a knuckle, brow furrowed, deciding whether she should trust you. Sighs heavily and gives you a smile.
Oswald has visited oft of late. He's a sentimental old man, and he longs for the words of our homeland, Adir. I would often read the old epics to him in their original Eldadiran.
Wistful smile spreads across.
He's grown paranoid recently, however, always muttering about the shadows following him and other such nonsense. It was quite unnerving, frankly. He came to me in a panic a few days ago and shoved his journal into my hands. He told me he'd be back for it, but I've not seen hide nor hair of him since. I wonder, perhaps his journal would help you find him? Here, take this key. You'll find the journal in my armoire.
Go. Oh, Guadadang. Afternoon, I walked the streets of Nekataka and felt an unusual spring in my step. I cannot be sure if it's the fine weather of the archipelago or my great distance from Deerwood, the blasted goose and fox in that has gifted me this buoyancy of spirit, but I am grateful nonetheless. I have seen no sign of the girl, Hyla be praised. God's willing, I have slipped her net at last. I guess these are the days. The shadows are strange here, seeming to move of their own accord. As I passed from Queen's Berth to Ricky's Overlook this morning, I could have sworn I saw one turn to face me, then another. I fled here as quick as I could, and as far as I can tell, I was not followed. I have many enemies, as any man of a roguish adventurous mien should. Though none have cause to search for me here. I know these shadows must be but a trick of the mind, but still I'm uneasy. Next entry is written in a shaky, wild hand, clearly penned in great haste. As they put me down to bed this evening, I heard a faint whispering beneath my window. I always leave it open to better catch the breeze, and thanks to Hylia for it, but or I might have been none the wiser. However, when I went to investigate, no one was there, and yet I know I heard voices. I may be old, perhaps even paranoid, but I am not crazy. I must leave this place with all haste. God protect me in my flight. On the next and final page of the journal is the symbol of Vodica, a broken crown scrawled with deep red ink. Alright. Why are you in stealth? Ah, it's a person sitting there. By a godlike woman polishes a pair of stocks, tending to them with the fondness of a mother for her favorite child. The room is dim, illuminated only by the gleam of her steel-forged skin. Her eyes burn with the light of Magran's fire. When she hears you enter, she shoots you a look of utter contempt.
I will give you an experience you won't soon forget.
Tell me about yourself.
I must assume the question beneath your question is how a fire godlike came to find herself in a place such as this.
She leans back against the wall of chains, the clanging rattle, and she says,
Perseverance. Being as I am, I have been forced to find it for myself. Now I teach it to others. To live in a world as a thinking, feeling creature, it is difficult. It demands strength, but we cannot always be strong. I help those who have lost their strength to find it again.
Like the BDSM dungeon. You have cages, torture stuff, this playing thingy. Yeah, I'm a pass. Constantine or whatever the name. Burly dwarven man hums a jaunty tune to himself as he fastidiously organizes a collection of scented oils. When he hears you enter the room, he greets you with a smile and among his outstretched hand. His grip is strong and sure.
Come to seek ablution for your sins?
Claps his knee with a bark of laughter.
Get it? Ablutions? Absolution? I crack myself up. Gets me every time.
Wipes a tear from his eye, still chuckling.
Massage? Bath? Whatever you need. Just ask.
How'd you end up here?
Oh, you don't want to hear about that. I lived a boring life, so there wouldn't be much to the telling.
Presses his thick arms over his chest. A slight blush spreads across his cheek. Indulge me.
Truth be told, my real passion is pottery. Trouble is, I got these big hands. Not meant for delicate work.
Turns his hands palm up for you to inspect. Just one is easily large enough to cover your entire face.
Worked out in the end, of course. Now I specialize in relieving tension in a malware and death godlike.
I'm bored here.
I guess I can't hide my feelings as well as I thought I could.
A nervous chuckle and scratches at his beard.
The stability's good and all, but I haven't seen anything that gets my blood pumping in ages. You know what I mean?
What's life without a little excitement?
Doing the same old thing day in, day out. It's enough to make a man leap from the nearest window.
You come with me. Maybe I can get him on the ship.
Where to?
Chris is an inquisitive bro. His large hands were previously dancing with the restless energy still. You know that 700-foot tall statue made of Adra? I'm going after it.
No kidding.
Nearly drops a bottle of massage in his excitement.
I like to see something like that for myself.
That is a wistful edge in his voice.
Do you think I could come with you? Just for a bit.
Good things.
Hell, you don't have to tell me twice.
Guessing he's... Oh, he actually is a companion. Get a dwarf. Oh. Howler. Make him multi-class. For now, let's just... You cool? Queen's birth. Okay, so the upper floor of the... Alright guys, I think I'll end it here for now. I'm getting a bit tired and it's already been 40 minutes. So this video is long enough. See you guys in the next one. Have a nice day time watching this. Yeah, bye.